Welcome to Airborne Flight Training. Coming up on this week's episode, PPN and NAFI partnership promotes instrument proficiency. ALPA claims nearly 8,000 new pilots produced in past year. American Airlines parks aircraft for want of pilots. And I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. PPN and NAFI partnership promotes instrument proficiency. NAFI and the Pilot Proficiency Network are cooperating to promote instrument flying, pilot proficiency, and community involvement in general aviation. An agreement between the two organizations will provide a $100 discount and a free copy of PPN President Radek Wierzchowski's Becoming a CFI book to current NAFI members seeking to create local PPN chapters or affiliate existing flying clubs with PPN. Wierzchowski established the Pilot Proficiency Network in March 2022. The organization comprises a community of aviators engaged in promoting aviation safety, building pilot proficiency, and fostering camaraderie in the general aviation community. The PPN's goal is to increase confidence and proficiency in both instrument-rated pilots and non-instrument-rated pilots who find themselves unintentionally in IMC conditions. The organization provides certified flight instructors a forum conducive to promoting their work, increasing aviation activity in their communities, and garnering new students. Wierzchowski said of the NAFI PPN venture, quote, "I believe this relationship benefits NAFI members and the general aviation community at large," end quote. Karen Kalashek, board chair of the National Association of Flight Instructors, mirrored Wierzchowski's sentiment, stating that, quote, "I'm happy that NAFI can participate in this exclusive offer from PPN," end quote. And after the break, Boeing-Saab T-7A set to replace T-38 in training role.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
If it looks good, it usually flies good. The Bristol series of aircraft is proof of that. Furthering their legacy of safety and efficiency, Bristol is proud to feature the Rotax 915 IS Turbo in the current lineup of aircraft. The 915 IS Turbo power plant offers more power than ever before in a light sport aircraft. Learn more about Bristol at www.sportflyingusa.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some other interesting stories. Boeing-Saab T-7A set to replace T-38 in training role. Since its introduction 61 years ago, some 50,000 military pilots have trained in Northrop's T-38 Talon. In addition to serving the United States Air Force, the T-38 is in use with NASA and the U.S. Naval Test Pilot School. Worldwide, the T-38 serves numerous NATO militaries, to include those of Germany, Portugal, Turkey, and the Republic of China. In September 2018, the USAF announced it would replace its T-38s with the clean-sheet Boeing-Saab T-7 Red Hawk. Maximum speed is a brisk 702 knots, while cruise speed is a comparatively leisurely 526 knots. Pilot dismissed after ill-timed nap. The captain of an ITA A330 has been fired by the Italian state carrier for allegedly falling asleep at the controls of his aircraft during a flight from New York to Rome. Marseille ATC was unable to contact the Airbus, designated flight AZ609, for an unknown period of time. However, the pilots on board the ITA jet eventually did report before continuing on to Rome without incident. The captain subsequently stated that the radio connection was interrupted due to a technical issue, but ITA refuted the claim after an examination of the aircraft. Global Jet CAE partnership to continue. CAE announced at the recent European Business Aviation Convention and Exhibition that it has extended its partnership with Global Jet, the Geneva-based aviation services provider. Global Jet pilots and maintenance personnel have trained with CAE for more than 15 years and, per the contract extension, will go on doing so until 2026. Ohio State wins Collegiate UAV VTOL competition. The Vertical Flight Society has announced the winners of its second annual Design Build Vertical Flight Student Competition. The annual event seeks to encourage student interest in unmanned aircraft technology and small air vehicle design and fabrication, thereby helping to prepare the next generation of aerospace designers and engineers to expand the boundaries of unmanned flight. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. ALPA claims nearly 8,000 new pilots produced in past year. Pilot shortage? Armed with current data demonstrating that the United States is producing more pilots than it did pre-COVID, leaders from ALPA are fanning out across Capitol Hill this week to meet with federal lawmakers to reiterate that the current first officer qualification standards have been a critical component in our nation's impressive airline safety record. In conjunction with ALPA's annual legislative summit, pilot leaders are sharing with elected officials and their staff that according to the FAA, nearly 8,000 newly certified commercial pilots have been produced in the last 12 months, well exceeding recent years. Some airlines are trying to distract from their profit-first business decisions to cut service with the fictitious claim that there's a lack of available pilots. Instead of focusing on changes to fundamental issues associated with their profit-driven business models, they're suggesting that a solution would be to weaken the qualification and safety regulations that have led to the U.S. airline industry's current exemplary safety record. According to National Transportation Safety Board data, since the passage of the Airline Safety and FAA Extension Act of 2010, Part 121 passenger airline fatalities have decreased by 99.8%. Coming up after these messages, American Airlines parks aircraft for want of pilots.
At Diamond Aircraft, innovation is in our DNA. Whether you're taking to the skies for training or business travel, every aircraft in Diamond's lineup features innovative technology, an industry-leading safety record, superior performance and efficiency, and a comfortable flying experience. No other company has pioneered as many aviation firsts, achieved more milestones, or received the same amount of industry praise as Diamond. Discover why Diamond Aircraft is one of the most trusted manufacturers in aviation at diamondaircraft.com.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
Welcome back. American Airlines parks aircraft for want of pilots. American Airlines CEO Robert Isom states his company has parked approximately 100 aircraft. Quote, "We have probably 100 aircraft, almost 100 aircraft that aren't productive right now, that aren't flying," end quote, Isom said at the Bernstein Strategic Decisions Conference on June 3, 2022. American, the largest U.S. airline, is the latest domestic carrier to announce that it's parking some regional jets due to a shortage of qualified pilots. Isom's assertion that American has not changed any capacity guidance suggests the airline has parked primarily its 50-seat Embraer 145 and shifted capacity to larger aircraft such as the Canada Air Regional Jet 700, 900, and the Embraer 175. Quote, "So just like we've done some upgauging on the mainline side of things, we've done that on the regional side too. So we've been able to offset quite a bit of the loss of pilots," end quote, Isom, a gifted speaker, said. Isom's comments came 6 months after United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby spoke similarly of his carrier's regional airlines. United has since exited a significant number of regional markets, a move that contradicts Isom's reference to stable capacity. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching!